I'm now doing an internship at the Institute of Tropical Biology in Ho Chi Minh City. My work is to collect samples of fish for my studies. And after working here for a month and a half, it's now time to go looking for more fish. Where will I go? You'll find out soon. I'm on my way to Tây Ninh province, a province in the eastern part of the south, or popularly known as Đông Nam Bộ. It is around 100 kilometers from Ho Chi Minh City. Tây Ninh province is home to one of the three main religions of Vietnam, called Caodaism. Behind me here is the Cao Dai Thi, which is the main holy temple of Cao Dai. Every year, all the followers of Cao Dai have to come here to worship. You may notice on the top of the temple door there is the main symbol of Cao Dai called the nghiem, which is the all-seeing eye. Now let's get a closer look at it. Established in 1926, Caodaism is the combination of three major religions, including Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism. People in Tây Ninh have long followed Caodaism as their main religion. Tây Ninh Holy See is home to the power and legal system of Caodaism. For years, the Tây Ninh Holy See is the symbol of the unique culture of people living in the southern part of Vietnam. Traveling in Tây Ninh province, you can easily encounter rubber trees, cassava, and sugar canes. The three kinds of tree are main industrial crops in the province. They grow well in the natural conditions of the province and bring economic profit to the locals. This area is called Đông Nam Bộ, which means the east of the south. And this area here is a rice field, as you can see. And this method of transport with using buffaloes is a typical way to get around. Now, using a car or using a motorbike would be impossible because of all the mud. The cars would just get stuck. In terms of cuisine, Tây Ninh is famous for a dish made of rice and cassava called bánh tráng Giang Bang. Rice paper making has been practiced in Giang Bang for a long time, and no one knows exactly how long. By leaving their rice papers outside in the morning, it will become soft because of the morning dew. You can find rice paper everywhere in Tây Ninh, but the best is in Giang Bang district. Now, as much as I would like to sit here and eat bánh tráng all day, the purpose of this episode is to go see the lives of the people living in Logo Samat buffer zone. Anyway, It's time to go. My destination is the buffer zone of Logo Samat National Park. The scientists at the Institute strongly recommended that I come to this area to search for samples of fish. Right now, I'm on my way to meet Mr. Hum. Now, Mr. Hum was born and was raised in the forest around the national park here, and he's gained the reputation as a guardian of the area. So hopefully he can help me find some samples so I can take back to the lab in Saigon. Chào chú Hùng. Dạ, chú có tiếp con phụ con ăn bắt cái mẫu cá được không chú?
Được rồi.
Dạ.
Thì cũng đang có anh em đang kéo cái lưới này lên.
Dạ. Ủa cái lưới này tên là gì? Gió. So here in this net is a lot of the spawning fish that once they grow up will go into the river in the national park. Now this area is very important for the livelihoods of those fishermen because the fish that they catch and earn money off of grow and or are born and grow here. So this area is very important. So there's a lot of leeches here, and it's common to get bitten by them. What? Now it's interesting because the locals have managed to distinguish a type of leaf that can stop the bleeding when they pull the leech out. And here they've used it on me and it seems to be working pretty well. Over the last month during my internship, I've learned how vast and important the fishing industry is in southern Vietnam. Because of the complex network of rivers and tributaries, everybody can catch fish. Since so many people depend on it for meat, it's very important to monitor fish stocks in the area. But the industry is so large that it's difficult to make laws and regulate fishing. Those at the Institute of Tropical Biology are trying to collect as much data as possible so the laws on fishing can be made and enforced. If these stocks were to collapse, as they have done in other places in the world, it would be devastating for the poor living in these rural areas. So we finished taking samples right now, and during our break, Mr. Hum here is going to show me some of the open-billed stocks that feature at this national park. I just intended to find samples of fish for my studies, but the stories of the lives of the people here, like that of Mr. Hum, have really captured me. He has lived here for over 40 years. He has learned about the importance of the forest and protected it.
Ở đó có con cọp ở đó hả?
Đang cò ốc nó ăn rồi nó chiều nó về nó ngủ khu vực này nè. Nó ngủ dài đây dài cho tới trong kia luôn.
Mà mấy con này mới vô vườn này.
Mấy con này nó nước nay có nước rồi bắt đầu nó mới về. Nó về đây là nó nghỉ đây rồi nó có khi nó ăn đây có khi nó ăn nơi khác rồi chiều nó về đây nó ngủ.
Logo Samat National Park is an important area for migrant birds in Vietnam. It is a sweet home for species of storks and cranes, such as the open-bill stork and the saurus crane. Asian open-bill stork is a large wading bird in the stork family. This distinctive stork is found mainly in the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia. The stork visits Logo Samat in late July and August. Having the birds here attracts many bird watchers, which helps the park gain notoriety. Có nhiều người khoa học qua đây nghiên cứu nó không chứ?
Cũng có ha. Cũng mấy lần trước cũng có mấy đoàn người ta lên người ta cũng quay phim chụp hình nghiên cứu được. Dụ mà hôm nào mà không có chú ở đây thì họ nhờ bên anh em kiểm lâm dẫn đi.
Mr. Holm has promised to take me to a man who is an experienced fisherman. He told me that maybe this man can help me find more samples of fish. I've never met a traditional fisherman like him before, so it'll be interesting to see him work.
Năm ơi! Cá không anh? Em có bạn mới tới nè, nó tên Nít, nó cũng muốn là theo anh em mình để mà đi bắt một số cá làm thí nghiệm á, làm mẫu á. Lúc chả bơi không nổi á anh Đông. Gắn lên chút đi anh ơi, vô để em bơi phụ cho anh Đông. Giờ mấy chú cần đi những cá gì thì
Cá nào cũng được
đi đánh bắt được cá gì mình dùng cá đó anh ơi. Đấy luôn. Được con nào mình làm mẫu con đó.
Many of the people living around Logo Samat National Park depend on it, especially ông Nam Tới. After fishing for over 30 years, he has learned about the importance of responsible and sustainable fishing. He has gained the trust of the rangers and is one of the few who are allowed to fish in the national park itself. Con cá chèn.
Cá mà nhiều khi mình bắt con đũa con cá nó chữa đó. Mình phải thả để cho nó sinh sản sang năm mình còn có mà cải thiện nữa.
Cho con bán cá này.
Rồi cháu bắt thử cho biết.
Chú có thể chỉ con chút bạn giăng lưới được không chú?
Được, mà đi sông đi suối rồi, cháu cẩn thận đó chứ chìm mà chú không có vớt được đâu á.
Cảm ơn chú. Dạ, con bơi giỏi lắm.
Chú sợ rồi đâu.
Không sao.
Bởi vì đây giờ nước nó đang lên là khoảng 4-5 mét nước.
Có xài nhiều cách bắt cá không chú?
Nói chung chú ở trong này chỉ mới là một, thứ hai là câu đeo thuyền quốc gia, cấm tuyệt đối không cho những người khác đi đây, mà có cái là chú thì mấy tuổi rồi nên là cũng không có công an chuyện làm mà, thì ở vườn quốc gia cũng có tạo điều kiện cho chú không tuyệt đối mà những cái thú khác thì không được động vô. Đó, thì chú trên cái tuyến đường ở suối này thì nói chung là cũng phải có cái trách nhiệm, phải không? Những người lạ mặt đi vô là cái nọ đó.
So, I've never used this fishing method before. Apparently, this is a drift net. The fish are meant to swim into the net as they go by. This area right here has been flooded by the monsoon season rainwater, and it seems that I've asked the rangers, and they've said that this season has a lot of juvenile fish or young fish, and this is the time that they spawn. And so there's a lot more species, a lot more types of fish to be caught at this period. Anyway, I have to get back on the boat, and we're gonna go get some more nets up. Now, in about tomorrow or even tonight, we'll be back here to check and see what we caught. What was interesting was to be able to see ông Nang Bo's living and his way of life, and how difficult it was sometimes. I loved how he took me around on the boat, and we went through the forest, and at times it was really relaxing. This is quite difficult because this fish has spines on the dorsal fin, which is the fin on the top. And I'm just trying to pull it through this net because it's very slippery. So this is monsoon rain, and I'm experiencing it firsthand. Now, in a lot of ways, a monsoon is a disaster because it causes flooding and such. But it's also very important to the environment around here because the flooding of the forest lets spawning fish grow, and it's a very important part of the life cycle of the forest. Now, right now it's a bit inconvenient because we're all wet and there is no hot water around here. But I'm sure that after a nice cold bath and after sitting around and swinging in a hammock for a bit, I won't get sick. But for now, I'm very glad to have caught a bunch of fish. Now we've emptied this entire net, and I think that we've caught about 20 individual fish in this one net. and it's good to help Junam with his catch, and I'm glad to be here. I think I wasn't much of a help, and I was more of a burden to him, but I'm glad that he let me come and help him out a bit. So thank you. Cảm ơn chú nha. So we've started to check for fish, and it's 6 a.m. right now, and we've just gone a little ways into the forest. Junam is leading me along the path where he leaves small fishing rods that he set up yesterday evening and has left overnight.
Cháu thấy không? Chú cấm ngày qua mà đêm nay, sáng nay đi cuốn, đi thăm không có con cá đâu trơn. Bởi người ta nói câu là nói vậy chứ nó khó lắm cháu ơi. Ta nói chim trời cá nước mà. Có bữa cấm đi về ăn muối không? Không có con cá nào hết trơn.
As you can see, we haven't caught anything, and we've checked about 6 or 7 rods. But now that the rains have come, the water's come up, and the fish haven't come because the water's too high.
Rồi giờ chú dẫn cháu đi thăm câu chú treo bằng mồi cá nữa.
Mồi cá hả? Although fieldwork sometimes has its difficulties, I've sacrificed internet and a comfortable bed and air conditioner to go here, but it's definitely worth it to be able to go into the forest and live in the wild a bit and to be able to see the fish in their habitat. It's also great to see that the population here of fish is very healthy and that a lot of people are still making a living out of it.
Con cá này là con cá rô.
Cá rô hả?
Mình móc để mình treo mình bắt con cá bự.
Dạ.
Cháu người nước ngoài cháu đi cháu không sợ đĩa ha?
Không, con chích đĩa cũng không sao.
Dạ, giỏi đó. Và thích đường nít.
Người thích lắm, dạ. Thành phố chán. So the past 2 days have been quite reflective of a fisherman's life. Yesterday we went on the boat here and we went to look at the drift nets and caught quite a bit. Now today we've gone for about the same amount of time and used a different method, but we haven't managed to catch anything. So it just shows how the livelihood of a fisherman is, how one day he could get a lot of things, catch a lot, earn a lot of money, and the next day he doesn't get anything, like today. Now, the key to being a fisherman is you have to try again and again, even when you don't get anything out of it. And I must say that I admire Junam a lot for what he does and how he tries again and again every day, even when he doesn't get much. The life of the people in the buffer zone in Logo Samat National Park is very simple. They earn their livings from the land and rivers here, and as a goodbye, Mr. Nam has promised to treat me to a simple meal fishermen often have right on the river, with ingredients from fish and water lilies. Eating barbecued fish on the grill in a boat with rain pouring down all around me and smoke in my eyes is definitely not really something I would think of as fun or paradise.
Now I had this dish a few days ago in Tây Ninh City, and I must say this tastes a bit better because the fish is freshly caught. So it's pretty good.
It's encouraging to see the forest still here and the rangers here actively protecting it. It's because of them that we can see the things we have in this episode.
So the one word I would use to describe these past few days is authentic. It feels as though I've experienced the worst of the lives of Chu Nam here and Chu Hồng here. All this has given me quite a respect for the way that they live, because each and every day they go out and they earn their living like this, and they don't seem to be wavered at all, and they just keep on trying. I think that at the end of this, when I go home, it gives me inspiration and a different kind of attitude towards life. So this is the end of the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time on Vietnam Discovery.